Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, following that excitement a few days ago that several of the terrorist group called Abu Sayyaf, and they were in Inabanga. Three boats that were apparently on the river down there were spotted by people who spotted that there were quite a few men in these three boats and that they had military style weapons. So it was reported, this is common news now, it was reported, the police got down there first of all, and then the military were called in and there was a firefight, during which time various reports have come in that we've had that contradict each other, but I'll tell you what we heard. And that was that, was it 2 police were killed, or was it 3? It was 3, wasn't it, Beth?
So, yeah, it's 3 people.
Yeah. So well, it wasn't 3. It wasn't just 3 people, was it? It was 3. It was 3 police, 3 young policemen who who were first responders, and they went in.
I'm not sure about the news. I didn't watch the news. Sorry.
But they went in. I'm gathering that they went in first, and then they were followed in by the military, and I believe all of the terrorists were killed, isn't it?
No, there's still, I think, as far as I heard, there are 11, and then I think 5 are still
at large.
Yeah.
Still at large. So this is a conflict of what we heard at first, where I heard that 11 people were killed.
Yeah,
so
11. 5
11
from
people,
the 6 or 5 from the terrorists,
and then the rest were the police.
Police and military.
Okay, so that's what we heard. Apparently, they to avoid any friendly fire killings, they evacuated 500 or 600 people from the local area. Then they had a firefight, which must have been pretty fierce, and they finished it all up. So I don't know whether they captured anybody or not, but today we got a report. As you may have guessed, I'm a foreigner in the Philippines, so not to make light of any of this, but what we heard today, this was from a neighbor through to Manarado, who, as you may know, is a rice farmer. The 3 men had been spotted and seemed to be on the run, and one of them was having difficulty walking. Yeah,
that's what we heard this morning from Manong. I think it's happened last Thursday, and then there are some rice farmers harvesting some rice, and then they saw 3 men. According to what we heard, it's the two are bringing some arms, carrying some guns, and the other one has difficulty in walking and they ran, running. So the farmers who saw them, so there are they know the news about the Navanga terrorists there, and according to them is there are some what do you call it? Their looks is different.
Their look was different. So I'm taking it by that. What they mean is that they were dressed differently.
Yeah, dressed differently, and they put some like that
headbands on, or they were looking for knits, or
like that. So now they reported it to the barangay. As far as I know, as far as they said, they reported it to the barangay officials, barangay police, and not completely information, but that's what we heard. And then the other night, our neighbor there, which is according to them is hiding on a small nipa hut in the rice field, somewhere in the rice field. So our neighbor went there, bring his 45 caliber, and what's you call that hand?
Well, he took a gun.
Surveillance.
He took a 45. He has a gun. He took a 45 with him. Very brave of him, but for some reason, he suspected that they were in that small nipa hut, which is across the way from him, and I guess he was preempting any problems that he might have. He has a wife and 2 boys, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he has a wife and children to protect, so I guess he took the fight out to them, or the possibility of that. As it happened, that came to nothing. There was no one there. Was there any evidence that there was anybody there?
No, it's just that there is just only believing on what the farmers, the persons who saw them, the farmers. So that's what the only thing that they're holding. So they thought that it's because there is a nipa hut in the middle of that area there. So they thought that it's hiding there.
So they're going on the fact that one of these guys, one of the 3, appeared to be wounded. If he was having difficulty walking, and so putting 2 and 2 together, it would be feasible to think that these were 3 who were coming from that firefight in Inabanga, and they were making their way across.
Yeah, but it's
open
also
country.
the other also is there's also a possibility that it's not the Abu Sayyaf. It could be possible one of the, because it's also there are some also NPA here. No, what do you call that? What's the meaning of that NPA hand? It's also a kind of rebel, you know.
Well, it's
New People's Army.
New People's Army, which has been an ongoing thing in the same way that the British have had the IRA.
Yeah, remember before when we just arrived, I think 2 years ago, there are 2 or 3 guys came here and said to Nanay that they are member of the New People's Army. And I said to Terence, stay there in the room, don't go out. But they just talk, and then Nanay, they just left in just few hours. You remember that? When our house is not yet finished the time.
Didn't they ask for food or something?
No.
Like
They just talk to Nanay and share about their lives.
Oh, really?
You know, so
Okay.
that's how it is, and we're scared about that because. So I said to Terence, don't came out, and I said to Manong Rado, can you stay here and look before you go? You know, so that's how it happened. So there's also a possibility that that's the New People's Army, but because of what happened in Banga, the terrorists, so that's why people are nervous also and concluded that possible that's the Abu Sayyaf, you know.
So anyway, we've had quite a few goodwill inquiries for our safety and our health, and asking us to be careful.
Yeah. Thank
Which
you
we
so
are.
much for that.
Yes, Beth read those out to me because I was under the bed at the time. That's a joke, honey.
Yeah, so that's why we came home now.
Audience for a comedian.
That's why we came home. For now, we came home before the night sleep. Oh, before the sun sleep.
Yeah, we try to get home now.
Yeah, because
before it gets
we're also
dark.
concerned about our safety, and also Nanay and my siblings also, because we're in the mountain and there's a big plantation of palm tree plantation that could possible where the people are hiding. You know, bad conclusion.
Well, they could be hiding anywhere, couldn't
Yeah.
they? I mean, there's no point in jumping to conclusions
Yeah.
and finding things to be afraid of. I'm not particularly a fatalist, saying, well, what will be, and yet I try to think about those things that I can change, and if I can't change it and I can't get away, then that would be it. So it's a little bit of excitement that we've had. There's always cause for concern if people that are your neighbours are reporting that they've actually seen people with guns in the area who appear to be on the run.
Yeah.
So that was just an item of interest. So we thought we'd put that on video, didn't we?
Yeah.
And don't be fooled by Beth's laughing, because Filipinos laugh in the face of all kinds of adversity.
Yeah, we're scared.
Seriously.
You know, we're scared because it's for all the safety, because a lot are spreading rumors. You know that. You know, so we're just hoping and praying that everything will be resolved, you know.
Yes, and we're
It's the safety for everybody.
we're putting this on video because we know the people that are saying that they've seen this. So
Yeah.
this is not one of those they say so and so did this or did that. It's not a rumour mongering, which I detest. It is that an actual report and a warning came through from neighbours warning
From
neighbours.
neighbors.
Yeah, so we know that our friend with the 45 is not a man to make stuff up and go running around the countryside with a loaded 45, risking his life and so on. So we know that this is based on some kind of factual content.
Yeah, and the authenticity of those people that who said it so is authentic, you know. What's that?
Yes, well,
They're-
they're reliable and
Yeah,
genuine.
they're reliable. So
And
that's
the
why
woman-
Manong Rado came after the church, because our neighbor also have the same religion of Manong Rado. So today, when he arrived home, he came here and she said that to give us a warning that, oh, that's a news, so don't come home late, because Manong Rado knows that we came home around 9, 10 in the evening, sometimes 11.
That's what's been happening of late, you know, because
Yeah.
the days, especially if we go out and we have stuff that simply cannot be left. If we go to Tagbilaran, to one of the hospitals, and we can't leave until it's a done deal. So coming back and then getting something to eat before we get home. We have been getting home at 10 o'clock very often, and sometimes even later. So we do that path, that long path, in the dark, and that is cause for concern. But we try, as we did today. We put our friend Stephen from Hong Kong, we put him on the bus in Taliban, and we made sure that we put him on the bus early enough so that we could get home in time. Okay, so.
Yeah, so
all.
that's our little chat. So please like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. So let's pray for the world, because the world needs to be, what do you call that?
It needs a prayer.
Needs a lot of prayer, a lot of calamity, a lot of killing. So let's pray for it. Because as what they said, it's a sign that the God is coming soon.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
He's not coming before Thursday, is he? We're going on vacation.
You're all so keep safe, everyone, and God bless.
It's a foreigner in the Philippines, okay? Keep smiling.